Variables and expressions. Today we're going to review how to evaluate algebraic expressions using the substitution property. Okay, so first we want to figure out what a variable is. Well, a variable is a letter or a symbol that can be replaced by any number. My favorite variable is x. I use it more than any other variable, only out of habit. Okay. A is also a popular variable. But you could have a question mark. You could have a blank line. You could have a box. Okay. Anytime you are expected to replace a symbol with a number, it's considered a variable. Okay, there are two types of expressions that we're going to be talking about this year. We have numerical expressions and algebraic expressions. So far this year, we've been reviewing only numerical expressions. They only contain numbers. So anytime we did the order of operations, those expressions were considered numerical. We also have algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions contain variables. We also have sentences in math. Okay, when we're talking about expressions, they do not contain any math verbs. Okay. Math sentences, however, are grammatically correct sets of numbers, variables, and/or operations that do contain a math verb. So what are math verbs? Here's a list of the most familiar math verbs. Take a minute and copy them all down onto your notes and fill in what they mean. Okay, the first symbol is equal to. The second symbol is greater than. The third symbol is less than. The fourth symbol is greater than or equal to. The little line represents the or equal to part. Okay. The fifth symbol is less than or equal to. The sixth symbol is approximately equal to or about equal to, the squiggly equal sign. And the last one is not equal to. All of these are considered math verbs. Okay, so let's practice with this idea of. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. If I have 42AB, well, it doesn't have a math verb, so I know it is an expression. It does have variables, so it's an algebraic expression. The second example has an equal sign. It has a math verb. If it has a verb, it's not an expression. It is a sentence. So that would be considered neither. The third example does not have a math verb. It has all numbers, so that's considered neither up here. So that's considered numerical. Number 4, no math verb, so it's an expression. It does have a variable, so it's algebraic. Okay. The fifth one, it's a variable by itself. It is also algebraic. Okay. Number 6 has numbers and a variable. Also algebraic because no math verb. Ooh, number 7, we have a greater than or equal to sign here. That makes it neither. It has a math verb. It is a sentence. Same thing with number 8. It has an equal to sign, so it is not an expression. Oftentimes you're going to need to take values and substitute them in order to evaluate these expressions. Okay. That's using what's called the substitution property. So when you substitute for a variable, you replace that variable with a number. Think of Bill Nye the Science Guy. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples together. Okay. If I know that A is 3, B is 5, and C is -4, I want to evaluate each of these expressions. So for the first expression, I'm going to substitute a 3 for A and a 5 for B. So I end up with 3 plus 5, which gives me 8. For the second example, I'm going to, again, plug in a 3 for A and a -4 for C. This time I have a little bit more work to do. I need to use the order of operations, so I'm going to multiply before I add. So I have 12 plus -8, which gives me 4. Example 3. Again, I'm going to substitute a 3 in for A. So I have 5 times 3 squared. Okay. Using the order of operations, I'm going to do my parentheses first. So I have 15 squared for a total of 225. And the last example, I'm going to substitute in a -4 for C. I'm going to substitute in a 5 for B. Doing the order of operations, I'm going to multiply before I add. And -24 plus 40, well, different sign, so I'm going to subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. So I have 16 as my final answer. Okay, now it's your turn to practice. I want you to complete the even problems circled in red on your piece of paper. Make sure you substitute incorrectly, make sure you use the order of operations, and make sure you show me all of your work. Take your time and good luck.